Hello, my name is Nedu. I'm a DIY sewing enthusiast based in Lagos. I made this cute blouse and short sets. I shared the pattern making tutorial in the previous video. This video is for the sewing technique. I placed the front bodice pattern at the folded edge of a layered piece of fabric. And after cutting and opening it up, you can see the full front piece. I did the same thing for the sleeve. Place the sleeve pattern against the folded edge of a layered fabric. And after cutting, you can see the full sleeve. You need 2 sleeves for the blouse. And for my back bodice, I'll have 2 separate pieces because I plan to put a zipper at the center back. So you can see I'm placing the pattern about 3/4 of an inch away from the edge, which will represent my zipper allowance. So the zipper will be at the center. Next, I'm cutting the all-in-one hip pocket. So 2 pockets for each side of the hips. Now I've placed the front leg shorts pattern and the back leg shorts pattern on a layered piece of fabric. And after cutting, you would see 2 pieces for each side, the front and the back. I started by sewing the zipper at the center back of the back bodice. I used an invisible zipper because I like the clean, seamless finish. And then I placed the front piece on the back piece and sewed along the shoulder seams and the sides. So fold the sleeve fabric and stitch along the underarm edge. After sewing, turn it right sides outwards and insert into the bodice sleeve opening. Ensure that you align the underarm edge with the underarm of the bodice. And here's the stitched blouse. So I'll start off by attaching the hip pocket to the front short leg. Align each hip pocket along the slanted edge to the corresponding front short leg. I personally like to pin before sewing. I think it gives me precision. After sewing, edge stitch against the pocket fabric. This ensures that it stays inside. And after edge stitching, fold the pocket fabric along the midline and sew the bottom edge to create the pocket bag. Afterwards, arrange it against the shorts. Do a temporary basting stitch at the top and at the side. And here's the completed short front legs with the pocket stitched in perfectly. Next, place the corresponding short back leg against each piece and stitch along the side seam and the inseam. Next, turn one of the stitched legs right sides outwards and insert it into the other leg, ensuring that their crotch curves align perfectly. We will then stitch them, attaching both at the crotch curve. Now both short legs are nicely attached. The next step is the waistband. Now start off by measuring the waist circumference of the stitch shorts all around, and then cut a piece of fabric with the following dimensions. Fold the fabric in half along the length and then sew along the edge using the sewing allowance. And after sewing, fold it along the width with the right sides showing, and then press so that the top is crisp. Then encase the short top edge into the waistband, then sew both together or leave a 1-inch gap for inserting the elastic tape. But before inserting the elastic tape into the unstitched gap, sew a top stitch 2/8 of an inch from the folded edge. This will create a tunnel that ensures that the elastic tape lays flat. And then pass the elastic tape. I like to use a safety pin to do this, but ensure that you pin the loose end against the fabric so it doesn't get lost while pulling. And after inserting the elastic tape successfully, stitch both ends together by sewing over the other. Finally, stitch the gap closed, and here are the completed shorts. I finished the neckline edge using the bias tape facing technique. So I first sewed the bias tape against the right side of the blouse, and then I did a short vertical stitch at the zip area, and then flipped it inwards and sewed another stitch. And here's the finished neckline edge. You could also do this using facing cut from the fabric. I also inserted 1-inch elastic tape into the sleeve hem, and I finished the blouse hem with a simple fold and stitch. You can see a close-up of the waistband. The top stitch ensures that the elastic tape doesn't curl, it stays flat. And the short hem was finished with a simple fold and stitch. Thank you for watching. Happy sewing!